And what we saw with Larry, I mean, he made that look so easy. And I know how strong Larry is. If you can just make that look easy with Larry, I mean, yeah, he's already on a level. He's already on a good level.
So Devon believes that Andrei Smaev is going to be a big problem for everyone in the super heavyweight division. He's saying that because Smaev has already been training for arm wrestling for quite a while, and also the way Smaev was handling Larry Wheels on the practice table, it really impressed everyone, including Devon. Devon himself hasn't practiced with Smaev yet. Fortunately, he will in the future, but he has practiced a lot with Larry Wheels and he knows how strong Larry is. And Smaev's dominance over Larry in their recent practice pool, videos of which will be uploaded on the internet shortly, really impressed Devon. Andrei Smaev's hand and wrist are thicker than prime Denis Siplenkov and even Levan Saginashvili. If he can learn an efficient top roll, it can be game over for many people. Imagine Smaev moving on the table, pulling backwards, hammer curling people like Irakli Zirakashvili. That would be amazing to see. I remember how Devon in just one training session completely changed Brian Shaw's arm wrestling style from all inside to all outside, and it seems to be working well for Brian. I've said this multiple times and I still agree with what I said, that Devon is a terrible coach for 90% people out there, especially the amateur or intermediate level arm wrestlers. Amateur or intermediate in terms of their technique, not their strength. But still, maybe Smaev can learn a thing or two from Devon. One thing that Devon does better than anyone else is to motivate and encourage young talent. Young talent like Larry Wheels, Andrei Smaev and many others. I remember he uploaded dedicated videos on Artyom Morozov and Andrei Smaev highlighting their potential in arm wrestling nearly 5 years ago when nobody was talking about them. Yes, sometimes Devon does things which can lead to a sense of overconfidence in certain athletes. For example, getting pinned by Larry Wheels on the left arm in their first practice session ever. That was crazy. Smaev doesn't really seem interested in traveling abroad. Maybe he couldn't get visa because he's a Russian, and that's why it's all the internet celebrities who are visiting him in Russia, in his hometown. And Devon isn't going to Russia anytime soon. So hopefully in the later part of next year, we can see a collaboration between Smaev and Devon. As we have discussed in the previous videos, Smaev isn't the biggest fan of East versus West arm wrestling. But I would say that he has never been at an East versus West event. And I don't think he has enough time to follow and know about East versus West from the internet. So his idea of East versus West not being a great organization, I don't think it is educated. You either have to know things personally or pay a lot of attention about what's going on in the internet to know anything about anyone. And I don't think Smaev has done any of that. So hopefully then Devon would be able to talk with Smaev about East versus West too, and maybe somehow convince him to compete there by explaining to him how great of an organization East versus West really is. And then we would see this giant on the table in his first official super match. As Morozov was saying once, a couple of years ago, that Smaev has a great potential, but he needs good training partners. Ivan Mitushenko just pins him on the table. He isn't really teaching him too much. But Smaev has traveled all over Russia. He has been to Denis Siplenkov's training camp as well, and he doesn't go there often. So I'm not really sure how much interest he really has in arm wrestling at this point of time. Anyways, we'll see what happens in the future. Nobody can predict at this point how good Smaev will really be. Will he even pursue arm wrestling? We'll have to wait and see. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again.